Lynx are playing the Widowmaker. We haven't really been able to create those sightlines. The Valiant playing very well here. It's a big pulse bomb though from Clockwork. It does get him weak. It's going to force out Primal Rage.
Now Fate needs to do something with this because Soon and Kareev are missing, so the DPS now has been neutralized for the Los Angeles Valiant. They need to look to elsewhere for their options to try and sustain this fight or drag it out, but I don't think they're going to have it. Clockwork now has got a bit of room to breathe, and you can see what he can do with it. Envy desuited, and that will be it. A very, very drawn out little skirmish over this first point. And in all fairness, Matt, the Outlaws did lose about 3 minutes and 10 seconds trying to get point A. That is longer than usual. Soon waiting in the wings, off to the side. Did get a bit of healing for the double transcendence. Now win over the point, so it's going to be tough for either of these tracers to whittle each other down until they expire, which is now. Raucus on the outside, Clockwork forced to Envy self-destruct, which was placed directly up on the point. But Unco again being battled around by Movement for the second time on this point. He falls to a Primal Rage. Envy drops down, surveys the situation. Kareev's bringing in the Edgelord. The Reaper now hits the battlefield.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit more Reaper than I expected. We saw Munchkin play it in the last series. Now Kareev seems like, after the Widowmaker, you fall back on Reaper.
You played a bunch yesterday in this series.
They jump on it for a second. Linkser does have this blade. No support ults right now. It's going to be Unco just getting Transcendent.
Oh, he's going to come on the Death Blossom now. It's going to be the Outlaws forced to back away. Self-destructing. Kareev doesn't really pay it any heed. He goes into Shadow Form just as it activates. Unco down to a Dragon Blade. He's been focused down by a lot of these ultimate abilities. And Linkser can't close the gap with the Dragon Blade. He's forced to stand there with his Silverware out and not able to have his meal. Sound barrier for Linkser though, and the rest of the Outlaws, most of them benefiting from that. They can get themselves at least one tick, but the Valiant, they're going to be coming back in a matter of moments. 2 ticks now, going for a third. The Outlaws are, but they're going to be shunted away. Raucus falling, Linkser gets in front of Kareev and reflects a headshot straight back towards him. Clockwork leapt upon by Fates, he goes in over the top, and Cormat's going to get desuited. Verbo rejoins the point here, Linkser's out, Cormat's down, and so are the Outlaws. A full defense on point B for the Valiant.
He is lined up Boink, Boink.
I think Boink's aware of this.
Okay, yeah.
Despite, but I mean, you're forcing the Mercy to stay inside and keep pocketing Linkser when, in the meantime, you've lost your Clockwork there as well, and that's going to be the net removed. Kareev gets an extra damage in. And look, no one's really able to cross the gap and get to him because the rest of the Valiant are in between Kareev and the Outlaws. He sits back, he lets the rest of his team do the heavy lifting, and Linkser grapples to his own demise. That is a very clean, crisp approach to the first point for the Valiant. They'll have this one straight away.
That was picture perfect there from the Valiant. They did lose soon, but you're able to res it right back up. Muma jumps on Unco Verbo there to...
The rest of the Outlaws are trained on Soon. They know he's out there to try and kill Linkser. They're not allowing him to do so. Unco brought back to life. He was picked off on that back left platform from where we're looking. Most of the Outlaws are set up here on the platform, and there it is. Kareev finally gets that first kill. Is this the opening? Is this the start of something for the Valiant? Fate removed by Coolmat, and that's a resurrect yet again from Boink. So Linkser's back in the fold. Movement down though. He overextended. Verbo deals with him with the Caduceus Blaster. This might be it. Pulse Bomb. Raucus down. Unco falling to Coolmat. Clockwork really trying to shore up the gaps here. He does get Envy's mech out of the picture. You can see from the high ground, Boink is trying to provide as much healing as he possibly can, but Coolmat's lost his mech again. Clockwork's doing an excellent job here of controlling the space. Envy removed. I think the Valiant had to pull out.
Yeah, Clockwork and Boink. Boink on Mercy, able to just kind of dart from platform to platform. It was also, Muma just dove all the way into the back line. He forced Kareev off of that high ground. Also got Verbo to use his Valkyrie.
But most of the way there. Still need to win a big fight here to get that one started up. Self-destruct in. Soon has plans for this one. Perhaps a pulse bomb. Coolmat never got back inside of his mech after the self-destruct happened. He was taken down by Fate before he could. Now Soon's waiting. Is it Linkser that he goes for? He needs to get the health pack though. He does steal it away. Linkser had no chance to chase that one down, but Mover's back in the fight. Or is he? Pulse bomb! Mover down! Now Soon looking for the backline. That's Coolmat trying to desperately protect Boink and Raucus, who are cowering behind the wrap that Soon is providing, and the D-suit on Coolmat, making it so much harder to protect those squishy targets. 1 tick, 40%. The Valiant are ticking it up here. Now the auxiliaries have to come through for the Outlaws. The backline players need to step forward and deliver, and they cannot. Map 1, LA Valiant.
Mostly hit scan, but we've seen him play some play some Pharah. It's a nice direct hit from Jake, not able to follow it up right away, but it's going to force Unco out of the sky here. So gave Jake an opportunity to maybe make a hit on a Kareev, not able to connect.
Kareev had no interest in shooting back at Jake, man. You can actually see he was shooting vertically down, and this is how that manifests. At the time, we saw the Houston Outlaws had 6 players with about half HP. Kareev getting a lot of involvement in that damage there, and now Jake's going to be on his own. Perhaps an over-focus on towards that enemy Pharah instead of just trying to bombard the ground?
Yeah,
one more 5 there.
Yeah, I mean, Pretty much. Kareem will have Rocket Barrage. We don't see like these huge Rocket Barrage plays, but
D.Va shuts them down.
yeah, maybe Kareem can just kind of get sneaky, get one or two.
Oh, look at that. It's a D.Va. Oh, you did no damage. What a shocker. Jake there takes down Kareem, and Unco's been removed by the micro rockets, and Jake has got some space to make very good use of this tactical visor. Soon had nowhere to really hide. And yes, Jake, wave goodbye.
Hits from so far away, you're giving support ultimate charge to the side of the Outlaws.
I mean, you need to focus Coolmat down if you want to get good value out of the Pharah at close range, otherwise you're just going to get pretty much bopped. Defense mages will shut you down, and Raucus has done just that. Kareem removed from the fight already, and Jake is found soon. A little bit of a flick to the left side, sees the Wily Tracer trying to peek out, and that's going to be the round. The Houston Outlaws bring it back. Boink living dangerously there, more than happy to front up to Soon and try and take him on. Boink, a little bit of a boot back there as Fake tried to get very close to him. Soon's removed Jake already from the fight, so Boink, I don't think that was intentional. Oh, Verbo! Oh, okay. Getting shivers from that one. And figuratively, the green light here for Los Angeles Valiant. Kareem unloads, time for the tactical visor, but he's being forced out. Soundberry is hastily thrown into the mix here to try and keep the Valiant nice and healthy on the point, and it's just as well that it was. Otherwise, Kareem would be mincemeat right now, but now he's sleeping with the fishes straight over the end. Moomer getting himself two with that Brahma Rage. Verbo was the first victim, and Sue's trying to salvage the situation, but even a salty Seagull can't see himself getting out of this one. He'll have to back up. And Coolmat, a couple micro rockets thrown at Envy for good measure to remove him. Finally, the Valiant, about 80%, and you can see Fate trying to stall.
Yeah, and it's going to be Verbo and Kareem coming back as well. They will fall back, so they're going to give the point to the Outlaws, but they did get 84%. Ultimately, Coolmat, barely any progress to another self-destruct. Links are pretty much to a pulse one. That's about it, but it's going to be Unco opening up for the first pick. Yep.
That's all you're looking for in a fight where you're pretty even on ultimate economy. A pick can really change things, and look at that. Moomer's been removed. There's far less healing, 50% less existing on the Outlaws side, and they're just going to get rolled over. It's as simple as that. Lose one key player like Raucus, and you're going to have a bad time. The Outlaws will have a chance to try and contest to keep themselves much sharper.
I mean, Fate will have a Primal Rage to use here, and you'll have Transcendence as well, as Muma's going to get a touch on the point. Keeping the Outlaws in it. It'll tick up to 99%, so we're in OT, but that's going to be a Primal Rage. Takes out Jake. Unco with 2 more kills, man, to start off these fights. Been so good on that Zenyatta.
Ka-chow now, Muma!
That'll put it away.
Fair bit himself. Will have a chance to use his own personal shield in a moment if he falls under scrutiny once more. Links are on the Zarya here for the Houston Outlaws. So both DPS players of both these teams showing a little bit of that flex versatility as we go into a tank-heavy matchup.
Yeah, this is what you'll see Moira come into play as Jake will use a Riptire as Envy takes out Jake.
Great micro rockets. Oh, Moomer might be in trouble. Fate fights him. One swing of the hammer.
So you see Moira come out here in these triple tank comps because obviously the healing she can provide is one of the best.
There's no D.Va
in the game. Maybe if a grab comes in, then the push starts to come. You'll see Fate use that Earth Shatter to try and knock them down as they try and come into the grab.
Earth Shatter comes in preemptively. Oh, it's disgusting! There it is. Envy gets himself a triple with that self-destruct, and Linkson was removed from the fight. The Graviton ultimately comes up for nothing. There was no one left for the Outlaws to capitalize on the fact that the Valiant was suspended in mid-air.
Yes. Needs to get something with it because Kareem is going to have another grab. You imagine it's a better one than the first time. Envy takes out Jake's Riptire. That's sick.
That's another Riptire that Envy's taken responsibility for himself in this round. And Moomer's down again. He's getting no luck. It's Reinhardt so far, constantly being slapped around, and soon Riptire in. Unclear to see if it did anything. No, it wasn't even a D-suit off the back of that one. Coolmat down to half HP, gets a shield from Linksa, tries to get some charge for the Zarya, and it's worked. Fate gets lasered down in the middle of the fight, and Envy's kind of caught off to the side. He realizes that a little bit too late. Unlucky, but it does. Soon, trying to dodge around here, doesn't manage to avoid anything. Jake catches that Riptire out pretty comfortably, but the Valiant took the point back. The Outlaws had to disengage and give up ground, and now they might be in a bad position. Kareem gets Linksa. Coolmat with a self-destruct. This one has to be the Howl movie they're looking for. Fate lays the hammer down. Coolmat was knocked down, but he's still able to get back in his mech. Verbo now on the ground. That's a huge Earth Shatter from Moomer. Will it turn the tides? No. Unco sitting in the back line with the coalescence here, getting himself a little bit of energy beam action going on, and Moomer is down. That's Fate taking down Boink. 2 for the Reinhardt in this fight, and Jake's dead. desperately trying to get in, but he's getting slapped around. Displaced by the swing of the rocket hammer from Fate, and he can't keep his feet on the ground. Unco gets caught in a trap though, and that allows Coolmat to remove the Moira. You can't fade away from that one. Coolmat though needs to get back, trying to protect Raucus there as he steps forward. It's Lynx it down. The rest of the Outlaws are coming in droves though. They have the players here, but Kareem, Graviton Surge, pins 2, 3 up against the middle. Porval, where's the follow-up? And he's trying to get some damage in and add it to the mix. Muma getting chucked down. Raucus desperately trying to keep him up, man. This is an insane fight. Verbo comes in with a boot to remove Muma.
Yeah, Soon has come back up the spawn as Sombra just trying to get back as fast as possible.
Woo!
It will be the Valiant.
Dude, what is this game right now? This is sick. Lynx has switched over towards the McCree here. Fancy staying safe and secure behind Muma's barriers and getting damage across with a Peacemaker. Consistent mid to long range hits from the McCree will really make it hard for the Valiant to stick around in this fight. Coolmat's found Fate. Unco falls in the periphery. Soon, a pulse bomb committed to the supercharger. There is an interesting decision, and because not enough casualties have been suffered on the side of the Outlaws, it's really just Kareem who's left to run onto the point to try and stall it up, to fall, at least with some honor.
Yeah, the Transcendence used by Raucus allows Boink to go in and get that res on the Muma. Muma then drops that. They know one player's back here. He's not able to connect with that headshot on the Soon as Soon backs out. No, stays alive for the time being, but it's going to be Kareem who takes out Boink. Oh! The exchange there as Lynxer goes high. This guy takes Kareem out, but Unco follows that up with a kill, so it's going to be a two-player advantage for the Valiant. Unco with 3 here in this fight. As this will force the Outlaws back as Coolmat potentially gets staggered again. Nope, gets out with his life this time. Uh-oh, well, maybe not. As it looks like Soon trying to hunt him
Not
down.
again. Coolmat's thinking to himself, we need Eva time. Back to Bunny Blaster Central. Love how the Outlaws use him, but so far they've not made a lot of progress here. Kareem picking off Jake's definitely not going to help things out at all. Transcendence over the fight, so makes it very, very, very tricky there. Really for the Valiant to get any extra damage, but it doesn't matter because they have that man advantage here. Now, the Outlaws are trying to come back here for Kareem's foul. Lynx and nothing's going right for Houston right now. There's the pulse bomb. Coolmat was already halfway through getting desuited, so he gets blown up as soon as he exits the mech.
This has not been pretty for the Outlaws as Muma's going to use his Primal Rage, trying to stay up. Jake up on that high ground, coming down. Ash Tracer here, trying to get towards the void. He's not going to be able to make it as well as things have fallen apart for the Outlaws. They unlock the payload. They get it about halfway down through the streets.
Really covets that high ground position. They want to be on this ledge that Soon's standing on right now. It's going to give them the perfect point to start from. Raucus taken down by the rocket, and now, yeah, it's time to start the fight. Envy sees an opportunity to go for Boink, and he's already removed. Both supports are down for the Houston Outlaws in midair. Lynxer gets cut down. Tracer moves so fast, but that's a big old blue shell to take him out the race.
Well, it's difficult for the Outlaws to deal with this Pharah because you don't have a 76 or a Widowmaker. Don't have a Zenyatta. Well, you did, but now, I mean, Boink has to go over to Lucio. He's going to make some changes, but even still, I mean, you're just going to have what?
Muma now. I like that Muma on the Roadhog. That's a bit of fun.
I mean, Kareem on Widowmaker has been 42% scoped accuracy, 22% crit hit accuracy.
That's so big.
Been landing a ton of headshots. As, now the Outlaws have started to come alive, so they're starting to push them back a little bit with this double off tank setup. Where a Roadhog is not a traditional main tank, but now that he obviously has such a large HP pool, then he can self.
Whole hog here from Muma though from the high ground, so this denies high ground away from the Valiant. They really can't get up on those ledges at all. But Kareem's found Boink. Is this the thread that comes out of the ugly Christmas sweater, Matt, that ends up unraveling it? It might be. Lynx are going down to that self-destruct. It's really nasty. Now Coolmat realizes he's going to be beset up on all sides, so he tries to focus on Verbo, but he's far too mobile right now. Verbo just scoots out of the way. He had Valkyrie. He can just fly wherever he pleases. And now Coolmat's in Bunny Blaster form. He could be staggered or just taken out. It may not matter because the Valiant are so close. This is the series hanging in the balance. The Outlaws have been looking so good, but they're on a lost streak right now, and the Valiant need a win desperately. Yesterday was so demoralizing. The Battle of LA, losing that one out. They knew they wanted more. They needed more, and Numa's down. Kareem being brought back to life. Now Jake, Boink, putting themselves in jail right now. Soon would love to keep them there. He's got the keys, but the Outlaws do not. 3-0. The Los Angeles Valiant will take the series regardless of the result of the final map, and that is a boost they sorely needed.
Aggressor, if he doesn't, then they just kind of stand around and like wait for the hook to come off of cool down again, as it's going to be Raucus who gets the better of Unco this time, opening things up. It'll be Verbo using Valkyrie, maybe potentially going to be able to get a res off here onto Unco.
Okay, Lixa throws flash in the gap there and actually catches Kareev out, pressuring him down. What a clever man. Threads the needle there with that E ability. So this is a pure pick composition. So the Outlaws want to just pick people off from range, find an opportunity, an opening, and now they found it. And you can see that the Valiant are in disarray.
Well, the Valiant had 4 players alive, and they never actually get to the payload as Unco, unfortunately, walks all the way from the spawn just to come back, just to go back to spawn. So Kareev will switch to Soldier 76, very good in the second part. Well, the thing is he's had some big bodies to shoot into, right? Roadhog earlier in the game, it'll be Soon who takes out Raucus early. As it also is Houston using their sound barrier here too. So you use sound barrier, your first support dies. That'll be the second one at the hands of Soon.
Kareev getting left upon there as well. It's pretty ballsy to play Widowmaker on this stage of the map where the enemy team now is switching towards the Winston again. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kareev actually switched on his own, even to a 76 or something. Fate, looking for Raucus there, trying to get up on the roofs. Raucus is chilling. He doesn't care. Surfing down the rooftops. And Linksa, who's going to eat his Dragon Blade? Right now, he actually hasn't been able to find any good targets. And Kareev, it's a face full of shotgun. Lovely work from Soon now, combining with Kareev. Coolmat's been removed from the map now. It's going to be boinking over the payload. Raucus approaching from the backside. It's just 2 supports against the entire wrath of the city of Los Angeles. I don't fancy that at all. It seems the Outlaws don't either, and that's it. They get stopped in their tracks just outside the second checkpoint.
EMP, it'll be a pulse bomb from Soon onto Coolmat, gets him very low. It'll be Transcendence used by Unco trying to keep his teammates alive as they try and push on through.
I mean, if you love Tracer, this is the match to watch. Jake had the Translocator again and the EMP. He's just lacking teammates right now. That's kind of the issue. No follow-up would be there for an EMP, so I'd say Jake tries to back away, waits for the rest of the Outlaws to see if they can contest, but the payload's just far too close. Save it for the second stage. That's when they really need to dig their feet in. The Valiant are getting close now. They can smell it. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. To get another 87 odd meters, as it seems, just outside. Self-destruct in over the top. Kareev doesn't care. Raucus, he had to go for it. It's easy to force those ultimates out, and Kareev knew it. He's waiting for a chance to use the Death Blossom, and this is the timing for it. He gets hacked out of it, though. His dance is cut short. Coolmat finds both Kareev and Soon there. Jake, great job for him. That could have been lethal to the Outlaws. Everyone being cut to ribbons by the Death Blossom, but instead, he is silenced. The music is turned off. The boombox is crushed underfoot. But the Valiant haven't stopped yet.
Yeah, Unco uses Transcendence to keep everybody topped up inside this health pack room. And the health pack obviously controlled by Jake playing Sombra. As now the payload is starting to move. You have Fate here with Primal Rage, could get up to that doorway.
Kareev, does he go for Linksa? Or for the tanks for that easy healing? Right now he decides just to back away. Discretion, of course, being a better part of Valor. But I know the Valiant can smell it, Matt. They're so close and the blood's in the water. Verbo down, self-destruct being used by Coolmat and over the point, and Fate's just trying to hide behind the payload. Envy gets rid of Coolmat, he gets a second. Linksa falls down to Kareev now, it's just movement, trying to hang on desperately. No, Jake drops in. It's of course gonna be the Transcendence from Unco. A clean sweep. Just not even 24 hours after getting smashed by their rival home team, the Valiant bounce back in the biggest way possible.